Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping onto the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2017 season. So, guys, I have literally just recorded today's episode, but I bumped into someone on the Battle Spot ladder, and because I know them, I normally what I do when I know a player, I'll go to them and say, do you mind me featuring our match on YouTube? Because it's obviously out there for everyone to see. And on this occasion, I totally respect my opponent's decision. They've got some big tournaments coming up, and they don't want the team to be released. So unfortunately, guys, I played 3 matches, and we'll keep them in the bank and we'll put them out at another date. But what I'm going to do is just record another set of matches for this episode today. So this is Wednesday's episode, and we had a really good episode yesterday. Had a really good start with the team, so hopefully we kind of continue that in today's episode. I just wanted to kind of make you aware of what had happened, because scores and things on my rating it will have changed from yesterday's episode. But we'll get back onto the ladder, find some really good opponents, provide you guys with some great content. And the other thing is, we've got a QR code series after this, so in about an hour's time, I'm not going to have any internet upload issues, fingers crossed. So it should be about an hour's time after this episode, and we're featuring a very interesting team today, so do stay tuned for that, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do, so you get the updates for when those videos are coming out. But we'll just hop onto the ladder now. I'll just recap on the team. Is Pelipper Golduck, so we've got that double duck combo, Alolan Marowak, Salamence, Metagross, and Parasect. So very, very interesting kind of double duck call. We've got no Tapu in the team, which is a bit weird, and I'm not sure about it yet, but I think on the premise of things, the team works pretty well in my head and how I put it together. There are a few holes and things we need to look out for, but nothing that's going to cause us too many issues. Fingers crossed, touch wood. So we have our first opponent of the day. They are running a team of Alolan Marowak, Celesteela, Ninetales, Alolan Ninetales, Salamence, Tapu Fini, and Porygon Z. So obviously my opponent having another weather in their team with the Ninetales to disrupt the rain. But then the same can be said for our weather, because we disrupt the hail there. So we'll see my opponent as well as running a Salamence as well, so that's quite interesting to see, because Salamence hasn't been very popular of late, really. More primarily Intimidate users Arcanine and Gyarados, and then Crocodile after that, so Salamence has kind of fallen down the pecking order, but I do think it has some legs to play in this metagame still. So what are we going to do against this team? Definitely want to bring the Marowak, because it's going to be very good against the Celesteela, the Ninetales, and against that Porygon Z if it starts firing off electric type attacks or just hyper beams, etc. So that's going to be quite handy to have. I think what I'm going to do is no, I'm not going to lead Salamence. I'm not going to lead Salamence at all. I'm going to have to be very quick. I'm going to lead Salamence, Metagross, Marowak, and I'm going to bring Pelipper, and we'll go with those 4. Because we're running out of time. Might have been an idea to bring the Parasect here, because if any potential Trick Room went up, it would be nice to have that Spore, but then you've also got to worry about the misty terrain as well with that, and the Celesteela is going to put on a lot of pressure, because you would imagine it would carry a fire type attack along with that Marowak. That would be putting a lot of pressure onto the Parasect most of the time, because it is 4 times weak to fire type moves, so you need to be very careful with how it's played. So we lead off with our Salamence and a Metagross. My opponent leads off with his Salamence and the Porygon Z. So the clear body ability on our Metagross coming in handy there. We're not affected by the Intimidate. We do get the Intimidate back onto both Salamence and Porygon Z, but it's not going to matter, because they're probably more special attackers and special attacking based Pokemon. So What is my opponent going to do? I could imagine maybe a Z conversion here. And if that is the case, I kind of want to double into the Porygon Z, really. We might see a fire type attack come out from the Salamence. It is faster than my Salamence, so I'm just going to go for a Bulldoze. And because I do think we'll see a Z conversion come out here, I'm going to go for the Earthquake. Because there's every chance it might be electric, but there's every chance as well with that Ninetales it might be an ice type. So let's see. So here is the Z move. Is it Z conversion? And obviously getting the Bulldoze off as well is quite nice because it does help us out slightly. Z conversion, what's it going to turn into? Let's fingers crossed an electric type. Electric type, excellent, excellent. So we get the Bulldoze off, it will be super effective, do some good damage to that Porygon Z, not great damage obviously, but we will get our weakness policy activated, so this Earthquake should do some big damage. It has got the defense boost though, we've got to remember that. So let's see what the damage output's like. +2 Earthquake, come on. Is it enough? It is enough. Excellent. So Metagross doing a hugely good job straight away here, putting us in a really good position going forward. So that paid off that turn. It's always nice when you kind of predict that and you do see it kind of pop up and it's like, yeah, great. So let's see what comes in. Maybe the Ninetales now, but it is the Tapu Fini. Okay. Do you see the Misty Terrain get set up? Now I think my opponent probably will double in to the Metagross this turn with a fire type attack and a Muddy Water or Scald or something into that Metagross. So I'm just going to protect the Metagross. I'm going to try and take the Salamence out with a Draco Meteor. And hopefully we do pick up the KO. So Salamence goes for the Flamethrower into the Metagross. We get our Draco Meteor off. And because it is flying, it's not affected by that Misty Terrain, so we should pick up the KO here. Yeah. And my opponent down to his last 2 Pokemon. And we just see a Moonblast into the Salamence. But we'll be able to take this with that Assault Vest. Nice and comfortably. And my opponent down to his last 2 Pokemon, and it is that Ninetales. So what I'm going to do this next turn is, straight away I'm going to switch the Salamence out, I'm going to bring in my Pelipper, get rid of that Hail, get rid of any threat of an Aurora Veil being set up, and we'll get good damage with that Earthquake onto everything on the field with the Metagross. So bring the Pelipper in, and I'm just going to go for an Earthquake. So the synergy there is really nice as well, so I can freely Earthquake, bring in the Pelipper, it's still not affected by that Earthquake. And then I've got the Salamence to bring in later in the game if I need to as well, just to kind of switch board positions around if it does come to that. So the Ninetales actually goes for a Protect here. We won't get any damage onto it this turn. Tapu Fini goes for a Scald. We'll be into the Metagross probably. Yeah, doing decent damage. No burn though, so that's the main thing. So we get lucky there, no burn. Burn could have made things way more difficult for us. But now we can just set up a Tailwind and then start chipping away at my opponent's Pokemon. So I'm just going to set the Tailwind up with the Pelipper, and I'm just going to protect my Metagross here because I don't want to take another Scald. +2 Meteor Mash. I don't know if it'll take out that Tapu Fini, but it'll be very close. And then we've still got Marowak in the back as well to deal with that Ninetales, so it's fine. So we'll get the Protect off with our Metagross. Hopefully we do get the Tailwind up. Yeah, Freeze Dry. This will take us down to our Sash. So I wonder if my opponent's doubled in to the Pelipper here. Oh, we get frozen. Oh. Terrible. So we would have got the tailwind off, but the freeze stops us. That's not ideal at all. Right. I think we're not in a great position at all. This is going downhill very quickly, so what are we going to do here? And the Marowak is really threatened because of the rain boosted Scald, and Metagross is as well. We've just protected the Metagross, so we're not going to get away with. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Perish Song with my Marowak. And I'm going to... I've got a feeling that the Ninetales will probably protect here. So I'm going to switch out my Metagross, go for a Perish Song. Hopefully that Ninetales doesn't attack into anything, and the Finny attacks into the Metagross to try and get rid of it, because it is a bigger threat at the moment. So yeah, there's the protect from the Ninetales. So as long as the Scald is into the Salamence, then we're fine. So we see the Scald into the Salamence, brilliant, and we'll get the Perish Song up. So this is great, this is fine. So I'm just going to protect my Marowak here. I could switch it into the Metagross. Could I switch it into the Metagross? No, I couldn't. It's not going to be able to take a Scald. So I'm just going to protect Marowak here. And I'm going to... just going to go for a... I'm going to go for a Bulldoze actually, because if I can get a Bulldoze off, I doubt I will, because the Ninetales will just pick up the KO onto the Salamence, but if there's by any chance I get a Bulldoze off, it's going to make it easier for us to deal with either Pokemon. But no, there's the Freeze Dry into the Salamence, so that the Salamence will go down to that. We'll just see a Scald into Protect of Marowak, and our Perish counts will all go down to 2. So the Misty Terrain disappears from the battlefield. Right. I really think Marowak will go down to a Scald. 100% I think. So I'm probably better off going for... should I go for a double protect or not? I should probably go for a protect with the Marowak and attack with the Metagross. That's what I should do. So... I'm going to double into the Tapu Fini here. So I'll go for a double protect. Oh no, I didn't go for the double protect. So we go for the Freeze Dry. Scald. Is it into... yeah, the Marowak. Do we survive though? No. No, we don't. And we'll get the Meteor Mash. And the rain does stop this turn. Now their Perish counts go down to 1, so we just need to protect now. And we win the match. So, somehow turn things around there. We took a really good lead and then it got went a bit downhill. But we've managed to kind of pull through. And the Perish Song there just kind of really shown how good it is in certain situations. So, we will get a win here. So that's pretty nice. My opponent just thinking about what he wants to do for this last turn. Sorry about this, guys. Hopefully it shouldn't take my opponent too long. There we go. There's the protect from the Metagross. And my opponent, yeah, just attacking into himself because he knows the game's over. And freezing himself. That Ninetales is literally ice cold today. It's freezing everything it attacks. So Perish Song is going to end on both the Ninetales and the Tapu Fini, and we will sneak away with a win this game. So that's super nice. So we'll take that, guys, and we'll go on to game 2. Very good game to my opponent there. And we will move on to game number 2 and hopefully get another good result. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the team as well. I'll definitely put a QR code up on the end of Saturday's video. So that's the last day we'll be using it this week, is Saturday. So I'll put a QR code up on the last day of the video, so you guys can try it out before the team review episode comes out, rather than waiting, because I do have the Tapu Lele team review episode to do. Let's go Elite Four for this one. Yeah, so I'll do that one first, and then it'll be just a little period after that where it'll take me just to do a quick one with this team as well. So we have our next opponent of the day from Italy, 1640 rating, running a team of Snorlax, Drifblim, Tapu Lele, Garchomp, Arcanine, and Kartana. So not a very dissimilar call to the team we were featuring last week, just the Kartana replacing the Celesteela. So how are we going to set up against this? I think I definitely need the Parasect here, because if that Trick Room does go up, but there is no Trick Room. It's just, yeah, so we don't need to worry about a Trick Room, so just ignore me. But Double Duck's not a bad lead against this team, to be honest. We've got to be careful for that Kartana, but we do have the Salamence and the Metagross as well. We just need to be very careful about that Drifblim with the Will-O-Wisps and things like that. So I think actually for the first game this week I'm going to lead Double Duck and Salamence and Metagross. Yeah, let's lock in with those 4 and see how we get on. So, good luck to my opponent. This will be a really good game. I like playing Drifblim Lele. So, I don't know what the matchup's going to be like, but hopefully we do alright. Now, it depends on the speed of that Drifblim as well. It depends how fast that Drifblim is being trained, because it may not outspeed my Golduck in the rain. And we may be able to get a Hydro Vortex off onto it before it can move. The other thing we could do is target down the Lele. But it's more likely that the Lele will probably protect this turn. Oh, I don't know actually. I don't know, because like my opponent knows I need to set the Tailwind up to match the Tailwind. I think it's just I don't want to waste a Hydro Vortex. You're a lot safer going for a Hydro Vortex into the Drifblim in this position, because you know Driftblims don't commonly carry Protect, so you can kind of just fire off the Hydro Vortex into that slot. Then you potentially stop the Tailwind being set up if we are faster than it. If it's faster than us, then that throws a lot of more spanners in the work. Let's think. I definitely will set the Tailwind up just to match the Tailwind, and I'll go for the Hydro Vortex into Drifblim. I don't want to risk it going into a Protect. Yeah, so we see the Protect come out from the Tapu Lele here. Drifblim does outspeed us, but we will get the Hydro Vortex off into this Drifblim, and because of that speed that it's got there, we should be picking up the KO now. So we will get this Hydro Vortex off with our Golduck And the nice thing is, if we can KO the Drifblim this turn, we've got Encore on our Golduck, so we can lock that Tapu Lele into protect next turn, which is super nice. Yeah, and we do pick up the KO onto the Drifblim, and we will just match the Tailwind with our Pelipper here. So I'd imagine we'll probably see the Kartana come in if my opponent's brought that here. Yeah, so there's the Kartana. Now, we're going to get an Encore off onto this Tapu Lele, but it's going to mean sacrificing our Golduck potentially. But I'm just going to go for a Hurricane into the Kartana, and I'm going to go for that Encore into the Tapu Lele and lock it into protect, stop it from attacking. So we get the Encore off, shut that Lele down, which is really nice. Yeah, so there's the Leaf Blade. It's into the Pelipper though. So this works out way better for us. So we hang on because of the Focus Sash. Get the Hurricane off, which will do really good damage to this Kartana. Yeah, takes it down to its Sash. Now we can pick up the kill with our Golduck and actually get the Confusion as well. So now I'm just going to go for a Hurricane into the Tapu Lele slot. There's every likelihood though that it will just get the protect this turn, and I'll just go for a Ice Beam into Kartana. So we're sitting alright at the minute. I wonder what my opponent's last Pokemon is, if it's that Garchomp maybe. And the thing is, if that Kartana goes for Detect, there's every chance it could hit itself in Confusion as well. So it's a bit risky going for the Detect play, so I may switch out. But yeah, we just see both Pokemon staying. Tapu Lele goes for the Protect here. No Protect from that Kartana. And we get the Ice Beam off to pick up the KO there. So that's super nice. We'll see what my opponent's last Pokemon is. Just hit that Hurricane into Protect on the Lele. It is still locked into Protect though. And if it's the Garchomp, then it's going to be quite easy to kind of clean up the game now. Because we've got the Ice Beam. And we are at speed, and it is that Garchomp. And it's more than likely that it's got the Ground Room Z, so it won't be able to take an Ice Beam. So I'm quite free here just to go for an Ice Beam with my Golduck and a Hurricane into that Lele slot. Hopefully the Protect fails on that Tapu Lele this turn, and we can get the Ice Beam off into the Garchomp. Garchomp may Protect here just to kind of stall out the Tailwind and try and stall out the Rain, but there is 2 more turns of Rain, 1 more turn of Tailwind, so we should be alright. Tapu Lele goes for the double Protect, gets it. No Protect from the Garchomp, and we get the Ice Beam into it, so this should pick up the KO. Yep. And now we're going to be able to just clean the game up quite comfortably. Don't get the Hurricane though, and the Lele's Encore does end, but we can just lock it into Protect again. And what I'm gonna do, switch out my Pelipper into my Metagross, so I've still got the Rain to bring in at a later point if I need to, and I'm just gonna go for another Encore into that Tapu Lele, lock it back into those Protect, stop it doing any damage. And my opponent seeing that just forfeits. So very good game to my opponent there, and it was a bit of a quick one, but just a really good example of how overpowering the double duck combination can be at times. You know, when you play it in a certain way and you catch the right moments to get those moves off and start taking down targets and things like that. It's very destructive, and the pressure that it puts on is very good. So they're a very, very good example of double duck. Wah, wah. Yeah, guys, so we've had 2 really good games there today, guys, so I hope you've enjoyed them. If you have enjoyed both games, we had that really good game with the Marowak kind of coming in really clutch with that Perish Long in that first game, and then Double Ducks just dominating like Double Ducks does in that game there, and even shutting down something so new into the meta game. Like we've seen the popularity of Lele Driftblim lately, and you can just see how destructive Double Ducks can be against really good archetypes like that as well. So 2 really good examples of the team kind of putting in work today. So I'm pleased as well that we got to feature that Golduck as well, because we hadn't had that Pelipper Golduck Double Duck lead on there, but when we brought it, it has done a very good job. So guys, as always, if you've enjoyed the episode, please leave a like on the video. It's massively appreciated. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, because you will get all the daily updates for when the School of Hard Knockers episodes come out, and the QR code series, as well as the team review episodes. But we will leave things there, guys, and we'll pick back up with this amazingly fun team tomorrow. So hopefully we'll continue with some really good games, and just keep you guys going for the rest of the week. So guys, whatever you are doing this evening, I hope you have a great time. Take care of yourselves, and until tomorrow, I will see you then. So until then, guys, bye bye.